Welcome to the deep dive. Just looking around, it's pretty clear we're in a time being rapidly reshaped. Huge forces at play.
Absolutely. Things like, the massive disruption from AI, that's undeniable.
Right, AI. And then there's the whole environmental instability picture.
hmm Plus these huge shifts in global economic power. It really feels like a lot to navigate all at once.
It does, doesn't it? It feels complex.
Yeah. And when we look ahead, maybe just a bit into the near futures, especially as we get closer to this human-AI hybrid way of working,
That hybrid era, yeah.
the leaders who are really going to thrive, the ones who actually shape what's coming, they seem to have this, well, our sources call it unshakable internal clarity.
Unshakable internal clarity.
We've been sort of thinking about it as inner alignment.
Inner alignment. I
Yeah.
like that. It clicks. It feels right.
Yeah.
So, okay, our goal today, our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack that. What does inner alignment actually mean in practice? We went through a whole stack of sources, everything from current business thinking to some really ancient philosophical texts.
And the connection is quite surprising, isn't it?
It really is. What we found is that these ancient ideas, they offer this incredibly, powerful and practical framework for leadership right now in this complex world.
Especially as we move into that human AI future we mentioned.
So what was the most, striking link you saw between, say, a philosophy from thousands of years ago and a challenge a CEO might face tomorrow?
For me, it was the simplicity underneath it all, this inner alignment idea. It's not just some new corporate buzzword.
Okay.
It's about leading from a place that's incredibly clear, like an unshakable sense of your own purpose.
Some anchor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And our sources point to two really powerful ancient pillars for this foundation. First one is svadhyaya. It's from yogic philosophy.
So, yeah, okay. Self-study.
Yeah, but it's deeper than just, casual self-reflection. It's described as a really rigorous discipline, like almost scientifically looking at your own thought patterns, your biases, your deepest motivations.
And how they actually play out in your leadership decisions.
Precisely. So it's not just what you decide, but the why and the how behind it.
Fascinating. Okay, so that's one pillar. What's the other?
The other is the Japanese concept of ikigai. Now, many people might have heard of this one.
Yeah, it pops up a fair bit.
It often gets translated as like your reason for being, or finding that sweet spot, that intersection of four things.
For the four circles, it's what you love,
What you're good at,
what the world actually needs.
and crucially, what you can be paid for, the practical element.
It's pretty amazing how well these two ancient concepts, svadhyaya and ikigai, weave together. They offer such a solid framework.
They really do.
It feels like ikigai gives you the destination,
Right.
right? That true north, your purpose or your organization's purpose.
Yeah, the what.
And then svadhyaya is it's the ongoing calibration. It's your internal GPS, making sure every turn, every decision.
Stays aligned with that core purpose.
Exactly. Even when the whole world outside is shifting like crazy, it lets you be anchored, but still really adaptive.
That's a really key point, anchored and adaptive. And this kind of clarity, this inner alignment, it isn't just, nice for your personal well-being. It's actually an operational necessity now.
Okay, how so?
Well, this kind of alignment allows leaders to anticipate what's coming next. Think about the S-curve model of innovation. You probably know it.
Sure, the emergence, then the steep climb, then the plateau.
Right. What our sources suggest is that leaders who have this deep inner alignment, they don't just wait for that plateau to hit. They can almost sense it coming.
Okay, sensing what's next. That sounds, almost like fortune telling. How does inner alignment actually help with that? Is it pure intuition, or is it more structured, like using that S-curve model?
I think it's a powerful mix of both, actually, because they're so grounded in their core purpose, their fundamental why.
Their ikigai.
Exactly. They can start thinking about and even initiating the next curve, the next big thing, before the energy from the current one even starts to fade.
Ah, okay. So it's not just a gut feeling. It's like intuition that's been refined and focused by that clear purpose.
That's a good way to put it. And that's how you create lasting impact, not just, short-term wins.
And you can see this historically, can't you? Take Gandhi. His ultimate goal, India's independence, that never changed.
Rock solid.
But his inner alignment, that clarity, let him pivot his tactics so effectively. Moving between non-cooperation, civil disobedience, always true to his principles, but incredibly flexible in action.
Absolutely. A perfect example. Or think about someone like Steve Jobs. People talk about his genius.
Yeah. Visionary thing.
But maybe it was also this deep clarity, this inner alignment. Our sources suggest he could see when Apple's growth from its current products, like the Mac, was starting to level off.
Right, reaching that plateau.
And what did he do? He pushed for entirely new categories, the iPod, then the iPhone, before anyone was really asking for them. He wasn't just reacting.
He was anticipating that next curve, jumping to the next S-curve before the old one died out.
Exactly.
So these weren't just lucky shots in the dark then?
Probably not. It seems they were grounded in that really clear sense of purpose, combined with, maybe some brilliant timing. It's inner alignment in action, really.
Fascinating stuff.
It really is. And this kind of clarity, it's not just about individual leaders having foresight. It becomes absolutely critical, an operational imperative, as we head towards this future where human smarts and artificial intelligence work side by side.
Right, the human AI teams. Our sources were pointing towards, 2035? Many organizations operating like that.
Yeah, that's the projection. True human-AI hybrid teams becoming much more common.
Okay, so in that kind of setup, how do the roles shake out? What's AI doing?
Well, AI becomes this incredible engine for processing information. It'll be analyzing massive data sets, running complex predictive models, maybe using generative AI for exploring possibilities, and automating execution at incredible speeds.
Handling the how and the what if on a massive scale.
Exactly. Its strength is in exploring those countless permutations, spotting patterns we'd miss.
But the human role, it stays vital, maybe even more critical.
Absolutely essential. Humans will be the ones deciding which of the options AI presents actually align with the mission, with the values.
And watching out for biases in the AI, right? Like if it learned from skewed historical data.
Precisely. Catching those biases, ensuring things are culturally relevant, making the judgment calls, the why and the should we remain firmly human.
And we can already see glimpses of this starting now, can't we?
Oh, definitely. Think about marketing platforms. AI segments audiences in real time, suggests personalized messages.
But a human strategist signs off, refines it, makes sure it fits the brand voice and values.
Exactly. Or in product development, AI runs millions of simulations overnight.
And the human designers use that data to make faster, better choices about which path to take.
Right. Even things like crisis detection systems. AI flags potential risks bubbling up from online data.
Giving human leaders that crucial early warning to interpret the situation and decide how to respond. Okay, clear picture. So connecting this back, how does inner alignment fit into this hybrid world? Why is it so crucial there?
Because it's the guidance system. It ensures all that incredible AI power, the speed, the data analysis, the automation, is actually used in ways that build trust, that maintain integrity.
So AI does the what and how, but inner alignment guides the why and should we.
Perfectly put. It strengthens the organization's long-term position because decisions, even AI-assisted ones, are consistently rooted in purpose and values. It's like the ethical compass in the age of algorithms.
And talking about long-term positioning, trust, integrity.
Yeah.
That actually links directly to attracting the next wave of talent, doesn't it?
It really does. Think about Gen Z. By 2030, they'll be, over a quarter of the global workforce? That's a massive demographic shift.
Huge. So the big question is, what drives them? What are they looking for in an employer, in a leader?
Well, our sources, looking at research from places like Deloitte and Edelman, consistently show they care deeply about transparency, ethical leadership, social responsibility.
Right, alongside wanting career growth and development, of course.
Of course, but purpose, authenticity, seeing real-world impact, these are becoming non-negotiable for many of them. They're definitely looking beyond just the salary.
So when leaders operate from that place of inner alignment, and importantly, they communicate their decisions openly, explaining the why based on values.
It sends a really powerful signal to this generation. It basically says, look, we don't just have values written on a poster. We actually live them, even in tough decisions.
It's about authenticity, not just slick marketing.
Exactly. And think back to those human AI teams we were just discussing. Being able to explain why an AI-assisted decision was made, framing it through that values lens, that's going to be absolutely critical for building trust within the team.
So it shows the human element, the ethical consideration, is still firmly in control, even with powerful tech involved.
Precisely. That builds credibility not just for the leader, but for the technology's role too. It fosters advocacy within the team.
Okay, this all sounds really compelling. The philosophy, the foresight, the hybrid teams, attracting talent, it all connects back to this inner alignment. But the big question is always the practical one. How do you actually do this? How do leaders operationalize inner alignment day to day?
Right. Theory is great, but practice is key. Our sources actually suggest 5 concrete, actionable steps leaders can take.
Okay, let's break them down. What's step one?
First step, audit your decisions. And this means really doing it, not just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Take your last 3 significant strategic calls, could be professional, could even be personal, and honestly review them. Ask yourself, was this decision truly aligned with my core values and my long-term purpose? Or was I maybe swayed by, external pressures, fear, short-term thinking?
And maybe even noting down what those pressures were.
Yes. Documenting those external influences, even your emotional state at the time, helps you see patterns.
Yeah.
Where does your inner compass tend to get knocked off course? It's a self-awareness exercise.
That sounds really insightful. Okay, what's number 2?
Number 2, create a non-negotiables list. Sit down and define maybe 3 to 5 core guiding principles. These are for the big stuff, hiring, partnerships, major investments.
The absolute lines in the sand.
Exactly. The things you simply will not compromise on, no matter the potential gain. And importantly, keep this list visible. But it's somewhere you see it often. It's about reinforcing those core boundaries that protect your alignment.
Makes sense. Keep it top of mind. What's third?
Third, develop an anchor ritual. This is about pausing before high-stakes moments. Before a big meeting, a difficult conversation, a crucial decision. Take a deliberate pause.
What kind of pause?
Could be super simple. A few deep breaths. Stepping away for a minute of silence. A quick walk around the block. It's not about delaying. It's about consciously hitting reset.
To recenter yourself.
Right. To make sure you're acting from that place of inner clarity, not just reacting to the pressure of the moment.
I like that. Simple but potentially powerful. Okay, number 4.
Number 4 is about bringing that S-curve thinking into your regular planning. So S-curve planning, make it part of your annual, maybe even quarterly strategy reviews.
So consciously asking, where are we on the curve for this product, this project, this initiative?
Exactly. Actively assessing your position helps you anticipate that potential plateau phase much earlier. It shifts you from being reactive to proactively thinking about, okay, what's the next leap we need to prepare for?
Getting ahead of the curve, literally.
Literally. And finally, number 5, cultivate a trusted challenge. Find someone, maybe a peer, a mentor, a coach, an advisor who you trust implicitly.
And who isn't afraid to call you out.
Exactly. Someone who has permission and the courage to tell you directly, in real time as possible, hey, it looks like you might be drifting from your stated values here, or this decision doesn't seem aligned with the purpose you set.
Wow, that requires real trust and vulnerability.
It does.
Mm.
But it's about building an external feedback loop for your internal compass. Someone to help you spot potential misalignment before it leads to bigger problems.
Those are 5 really practical steps. Audit, non-negotiables, anchor ritual, S-curve planning, and trusted challenge.
Actionable ways to start building and maintaining that inner alignment.
So as we wrap up, we've talked a lot about the decade ahead. It's clearly going to be, well, complex, unpredictable.
Definitely. We're navigating these rapidly evolving human AI workforces, dealing with climate impacts, constant shifts in the market.
It's a challenging landscape.
But the core message from our sources seems to be this. Leaders who can genuinely combine that clear sense of purpose, their ikigai.
With that rigorous discipline of self-study and alignment, svadhyaya.
They aren't just going to be adapting to whatever comes next. They'll be the ones actively shaping it.
They'll be the ones seeing that next curve while others are still coasting on the current one. They'll build and keep trust because their actions consistently match their values.
And they'll create the kind of cultures where the next generation of talent genuinely wants to contribute. It really is a powerful toolkit for navigating uncertainty.
Absolutely.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Considering those 5 actionable steps we just discussed, which one resonates most with you? Which one could you maybe implement even in a small way starting this week?
In your own leadership, or maybe just in your daily life, to begin cultivating that inner alignment. How might just starting with that one single step begin to ripple outwards, shaping your path ahead?
Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.